Michael Wheels Parisi here. What's happening? Welcome to How Not to Bomb podcast. Everybody's got a story. That's right. Everybody's got a story, everybody. If you think about it. And you don't get to hear about the stories because, they don't get on to mainstream media because all they're looking for is celebrities, bullshit influences that have nothing to fucking say or do. How about the neighborhood guy? What about the guy down the block or the girl around the corner? Or the one who's got the business up the block. She's got a beauty parlor or he's got a butchery or bakery or something like that, or deli, gas station guy. They have stories too. So welcome to Everybody's Got a Story. I'm your host, and tonight we got a guest whose life has been built on family, tradition, sacrifice, and hard work. My guest is Anthony Butch Tartamella. They call him Butch. Now, Butch is a first-generation American-born to hard-working Sicilian immigrant parents. And for more than 30 years, he's been in the meat business. That's right. He started at 15 years old and built a career doing something that's becoming a lost art in America. And that's true, man. It's just a lost art. You don't see butchers anymore. Mastering a craft and earning respect one customer at a time is what he did. Built his way up. Climbed up the ladder. From Brooklyn to Staten Island, now he's in Marlboro, New Jersey. Butch has spent a lifetime preserving old school values in a world that's constantly changing. While trends come and go, he stayed committed to the things that matter most: family, work ethic, loyalty, and pride in what you do. Today, Butch serves as the head butcher and manager at Bruzzesi's Italian Gourmet, a legendary Italian specialty market known for its quality, tradition, and dedication to doing things the right way. He's in the Marlboro, New Jersey, Bruzzesi's. If you're ever in the area, go look for Butch. Tonight we're going to talk about growing up Italian-American, the lessons passed down from immigrant parents, what it was like entering the workforce at such a young age, and how he managed to build a successful career while staying true to who he is. And whether you're Italian-American or not, if you've ever admired hard work, respect tradition, or appreciated people who keep communities connected, you're gonna love this guy. And you're gonna enjoy the conversation because that's what the show's about, people. Everybody's got a story. And tonight, you're about to hear a great one. And Butch will be in the studio soon. I love doing the show. It's such a refreshing way to meet new people, and I know Butch a long time, so he's been following How Not to Bomb. He's been following the comedy career. He's been around for a while now, and he just gets it. So before he comes to the show, I want to do a little promo on my stuff because I do have some stuff happening here. I do have a new book out. I mention it on every show. I'm going to mention it on this show too. It's called How Not to Bomb. See, there's a sign over there too. How Not to Bomb. It's everything they don't teach you in stand-up comedy. It's the stand-up comedy guide. It's a complete guide to stand-up comedy. And you learn from this book. You take it with you. If you want to be a stand-up, this is what you want to do. You want to have that book with you. And it's got I even have things you can do. You can work it out. There's work. It's like a workbook inside. Years ago we used to carry around a notebook. Comedians, we'd carry around our little notebook, and it was fun. To write things down, jot things down, and then next thing you know, we had an act. This is the same thing. This is like having your notebook. It's a reference guide. It's everything you didn't know about this. It's the whole everything you didn't know about stand-up. It saves you years and years of aggravation and not bombing. So Butch should be coming in. Let me just make sure he knows to come on in. Let me make sure he knows. Okay, he was waiting for me to text him. He's a good guy. He's got an interesting story. He's a real master at his craft. Here he is. All right, everybody, I got Butch in the room. Let me change your name again, Madonna me. I don't know why this is...
What is this?
It's a nutty thing. Hold on, Butch. Butch.
Change it to anything you want.
Okay. How about I'll just call you. How about we call you Butch?
Yeah, Butch, good.
All right. Butch. Not nice. Butch. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
Can't complain. I just did a little thing on you. Told people about who you are. Did a couple of
Excellent.
promos.
Excellent.
Um, we know each other for a few years now. I think is it?
It's quite a while. It's probably 7, 8, maybe 9.
No, more than that because when I was working in Long Island, and
Governors.
we even knew each other then. So it had to be about 12 years of it now. Maybe 10 or 11
Wow.
years. I think so. Yeah,
Wow.
maybe about 10 years. And you've always been a great supporter of what I do.
Oh, man, listen. I'll be honest with you, from the catering to the coffee to the comedy, father, husband, moving. I mean, I admire your sand in your stomach, you know?
It never ends with me. I'm always doing
No,
something.
it's great.
It just keeps. You got to keep on doing it. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to be
100%.
61 years old in July. How old are you?
I'm looking at 49 in October.
Okay, good. You told me today you went to the gym. You worked out.
Yep, I go to a boxing gym, Hard Knocks Boxing Gym, 101 Ellis Street. Is a shameless plug right there.
And are you into the boxing? Are you just like more or less into boxing, or more or less for just using it for exercise?
Using it for exercise. At this age, I'm not looking to get into a fight.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
You
And if we
know?
were going to get into a fight, it would be a completely different. It wouldn't be boxing.
No, no, no.
It'd be a club over the fucking head. That's how.
That's it.
I don't believe when you're fighting there should be a fair. Like boxing, you have to be fair. Don't hit below the
Yes.
belt. Don't do this. If I'm going to be in the street, we're not going to talk about the fight. We're not going to say, hey,
Right.
listen, before we start going at it, remember that. No, it's going to be the faster I can get you unconscious, if that's the
it.
word, the quicker, the better for me, because I don't want to hurt myself.
And I want to get to the diner before this night's over.
I want to get to the diner before, exactly. I want to make sure I get my hamburger deluxe.
That's it.
You like fries with gravy or no gravy?
And mozzarella.
And mozzarella, gravy and mozzarella.
Man,
It's like fries parmesan.
kinda.
So talk about you're a butcher for how many years? 15 years old. You started
Man.
loving it, right?
Well, naturally, you don't start off in the meat business as a butcher. You know, you're
Of
making
course.
chopped meat, you're scraping bones, you're cleaning fat buckets, that type of thing.
So you did start in trenches.
I started way down at the bottom. I was a delivery kid. Then I didn't want to deliver no more, so they says to me, "All right, we'll teach you how to cut meat." And then I was scraping bones for a year, bro.
What do you mean by scraping bowls?
Well, at that time we were using hanging meat, and after they bone the rounds out or whatever, there's meat on the bone still. You know what I mean? Because these guys
Oh,
are
I
flying
get you.
through it,
Yeah.
so they would throw me piles of bones, and I would scrape all the meat, whatever was left. And
So,
it got
yeah.
me, it got me handy with a knife.
And then what did you do with the bones? Did you make stock with them?
Bones. So they used to cut them into pieces, and just that centerpiece.
Yeah.
They would use marrow bones, and
Marrow
then they would
bones.
use knuckle bones, and then some would go into the fat barrel. And I hate to say this, but it would go to like L'Oreal, and they would cook it down and make lipstick.
They do. I
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
about
yeah.
that. I also heard
Yeah.
some of the bones in the cartilage get put right into the ground beef. Is that true?
No,
It's not true. Not with you, but is it true in the business? I don't know because
I
sometimes
don't know
when
how
you
can
bite into
grind down a
something.
bone.
No, but not a bone. But like when you get this chopped meat, ground beef. Years
you get
ago
a
we
little
used to
tough
call it
piece.
chopped meat. Now they call it ground beef.
Yeah,
Sometimes you get that little piece that's hard to chew. That little grizzle. What is that?
yeah. So that could be something you just didn't get off the meat. You know what I mean? You missed it. You're flying through it. You know what I mean? And you leave a nerve on or a tendon. And it'll go through the machine. A lot of it won't go through. A lot of it'll actually lock up a machine, but just a little piece will go through.
So you know what I'm doing now? I'm actually
Yeah.
grinding my own meat.
That's great. What are you buying?
I started doing it last week. So right now I was able. I just go I go and try to get a good piece of either grass-fed or very natural meat. I want to make sure that because I believe that it should be coming from one cow now. That's how I don't. A lot of these places put a bunch of different pieces and
Terrible.
parts in the, and they
I
grind.
just posted something about that. It could be from 50, 60 different animals.
It could be. Yeah, you never know. Some of it's coming from Uruguay, some of it's coming from Australia. So
Yeah.
I make sure I get American beef only, and I've been grinding. So the one I just grounded the other day was rump roast. It had some fat on it, so I kind of did about probably 80-20 grind. Fat to meat, and
Sure.
I'm going to try it tonight. Actually, the rump roast and see how it is. I heard it's very good for ground beef.
Sure, yeah, yeah. If you're looking for something lean, I mean, I don't recommend that for a burger because it is a lean piece of meat.
That's what they say. Yeah. What do you recommend for burger? I heard brisket and sirloin and chuck.
So what I make in my store is I call it a triple blend burger. I use short rib,
Okay.
brisket, and sirloin.
So if I was going to buy short rib to actually grind the short rib,
You can
I'm
buy
gonna I'm
boneless.
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna spend more money because I got to throw away half the bone, right?
Well, you can buy boneless. It's going to cost you, a couple dollars more, but you can buy boneless.
Okay, so you could buy.
Most places have
I
it.
never see boneless short rib over here in Florida.
Boneless short rib, yeah, they're nice. I
Okay.
actually make that like a London broiler. You take the little block. It looks like a block, and
Okay.
you could cook that right on the barbecue the way it is.
Now, for those people who don't grind their own meat or trying to get into it, what do you recommend not grinding?
Don't grind. Don't grind like shin meat. Shin meat's very gristly.
Okay.
Try. Shoulder clods are great. Chuck rolls are great. Chuck, anything from the chuck.
What about
That's
stew
got
beef?
stupid. Yeah, great. If it's chuck round cubes, no, because that's from the hind quarter.
Okay.
Anything from the forequarter is going to have more flavor.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. So tonight I'm gonna try that. I just ground
What
up.
are you gonna make it? How you gonna make it?
My wife
Lasagna?
is actually gonna make bulgogi with it, Korean bulgogi,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
and we're
yeah.
gonna have that. So I ground the beef yesterday, and then it was beautiful. I kept it on the thicker grind of the two,
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes tonight. It looked beautiful. It looked lean. It had enough, and it still had enough fat in there. And I trimmed all if there was any silver, I tried to get rid of any of that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
But it was pretty clean, and it's grass fed, and it had a lot of marbleization in it, which is very rare for grass fed. So I was excited to see that,
yeah.
and hopefully we'll see how it goes. So
Grass-fed meat seems to be a little richer than regular choice and grain-fed.
it seems to be leaner.
It's always leaner. Yeah, 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 100%. But it looks a little richer, the color.
It does.
You know.
It's got a very darker, almost like a maroon.
Yeah, because the finishing feeds adds fat into the muscle.
Right, but
And
I
it
try to get
naturally,
grass fed right to slaughter. I try not to go with the finish. I try to get if I'm going to buy grass fed, like if I'm going to buy a grass fed something, I'm going to try and get it like straight to from grass fed all the way. I don't want them
farm
like
to table.
yeah.
That's what they call that.
What do they call it?
I actually, when I was down in Boca a couple of weeks ago for my daughter's graduation, and I went to a farm to table restaurant,
Oh yeah,
locally
farm to
grown,
table is great. Yeah,
locally grown cattle, and I was a little iffy, but I tell you the God's honest truth, it was good.
it's
It was
great.
good.
Yeah, there is when I owned my restaurant in North Carolina, Parisi's New American Bistro. We were the first farm to table restaurant in Western North Carolina, up in the mountains of like Asheville. And there was a farm there called Hickory Nut Gap, and they used to give us. We used to buy the local meat from them.
Okay.
And then all the years passed. So I left there. I sold my restaurant, moved to Vegas in 2010. I was out of
Hmm.
there. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee recently. I was out there living, and I went to Whole Foods and I saw Hickory Nut Gap Farms, the same
No
farm
kidding.
that we used to get the meat from. And I'm like, wow. See, it goes to show you when you start and you love what you do, how you
Yeah.
can grow. I mean, I'm telling you, they were a
100%.
small little company.
That's great. That's great.
And now they're in Whole Foods in Tennessee, which means they have to be in Whole Foods in that whole region,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I would imagine, unless it's
So,
that region,
yeah.
and maybe each store, each region has its own grower.
Yeah, I mean, it was
That's
great.
where
Like
you
I can't
get
get it over
the
here in Florida. Hickory nut I can't find in Florida, but I was
in
able to get it in
Wegmans.
Tennessee.
That's what you
Huh?
said, Wegmans, right?
No, Whole Foods we had it.
Whole Foods, Whole Foods.
But when
Okay.
I go to the Whole Foods over here in Tampa by me,
Mhm.
there's no hickory nut. It's all just whatever. It's other companies.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it must be a regional thing.
yeah,
They use whatever's closest to them.
but I thought it was interesting
though.
how they grew because I said this company is going to do great, and I used to go to the farm literally and pick it up. They wouldn't even deliver to the restaurant. They were so small. They had one truck, and I would pick up like 30, 40 pounds what I've needed, and they would so nice. And then I can't believe I saw them grew. It goes to show you, man, if you love what you do, like you love what you do.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing anything different.
If you were going to do something different, what would it be?
Probably in the same industry, maybe being a buyer, you know.
A buyer in the in the meat business?
Well, yeah, in the meat business, So maybe a salesman,
Okay.
But I can't. I don't. I'm not. I don't know anything else, Mike. You know what I mean?
It's what you do. When we were talking last, you were working in the one in Staten Island. You were working at Brusade's.
Yeah, Staten Island. And they, I think the expansion was in the works, but it hasn't happened yet.
And now you're running the store in Marlboro.
And the meat.
Are you the meat manager or the manager?
Both.
You do the whole thing.
Yeah, I'll cut meat and then I'll go work on the floor, or I'll take catering orders. I'll speak to customers.
So how many people work for the company? Because I hear they're busy, from what I hear.
In my store alone's got to be like 25 people.
Okay.
We have a bakery. We have a full service deli. We have full and self service meat. We have cashiers, kitchen guys. Forget it, kitchen guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a real deal. I haven't been there, but I heard, and they actually they're gaining steam. So they got some good followers now on Instagram, from what I can see.
I tell you what, we got. It's an old school pork store. We're on a little bigger scale in Jersey, but it's an old school pork store. You know what I mean? If we don't have it, we'll make it for you. Whether it's cooked dishes or a piece of meat or a certain thing they want, chicken cordon bleu, I make it for them.
Do you think that'll change one day?
With us, no. I think customer service is first with us.
So you'll always stay close to your roots, you think? Because a lot of places will change.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Like I've noticed, Pastosa ravioli, it's still great ravioli, but it's like really mass produced now, big time. It's almost like
it is. It is. I mean, not saying that, not discrediting.
No, they're great. They're still great.
But I love a Pastosa ravioli.
Me too. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
But it's just what I mean, like the customers, like you just can't get to the owner anymore. How's that? You can't get to the right.
No.
Yeah.
And I feel like in certain situations, the busier you get, the quality goes down a little bit. But Pastosa pretty much it stayed the same.
Yeah, Pastosa, Queen Anne.
Queen Anne, yeah.
There's a couple of good ones out there.
Silver Star.
Silver Star was always great.
Yeah.
I've always liked the Queen Anne and Silver Star. Also in Pastosa. I remember growing up as a kid, like when I was really small. My mother used to get Celentano. Do you remember that one?
Celentano, yeah, that's a supermarket brand.
It was a supermarket brand, but back in the day, it was actually like a premium brand.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it was a premium brand.
Nothing wrong with it.
They used to make the gabbadelli and they used to make the ravioli.
Yeah.
And they still do.
Raviolis.
Yeah, I love it. So
my friend Charlie is. They actually own. Do you remember Mama Rayo's?
Oh yeah.
So on 11th Avenue, he opened Pasta Fresca, and he's making small scale batches of gavadil and all that. The dry pastas, the fresh pastas. He does a really nice job, but he's got all sauces to pair with it. He does it like Pastosa used to be, say.
Right.
And not that Pastosa changed that much, because you still go into the stores and it's the same thing. And but they are mass producing.
Yeah, and that's okay to mass produce. They mass produce right, Like I'm not a big fan of jarred tomato sauce for the most part, but there are people that are mass producing it that could do a pretty good job. I mean, it started with
Martorano's got a good one.
Martorano's got a great one, and he's actually coming on the show, Steve.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. We just spoke recently. I actually made his artwork. Yeah, he's going to come on the show. Joey Molino possibly coming on the show.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so Martorano's is good. Carbone's is not bad.
Carbone's is pretty good.
Rayo's was good when they first came out.
It's okay.
And Mazzetta. This is not a bad product.
Mazzetta has got all salad dressings now, refrigerated salad dressings, and with the sauces. It's a very good product.
Yeah, they do a good job. I never was a big fan of like I'll try it because I want to see. I want to see how far they can go. It's my industry, I have to check it out. Not that I don't make my own sauce. I make my own sauce, but once in a while, you don't want to make it. You want to find one that's okay. Michael's of Brooklyn, not a fan. Was never a fan of that.
I wasn't a fan. I went to the restaurant and wasn't a fan.
Never was.
No. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's passable. But I look at the the ingredients. It's just not the ingredients that I grew up on. When I look in the back of the sauce, like the marinara sauce, they put carrots in. I didn't put carrots in marinara.
No.
So it's not that I'm against it. It's just it's not how I grew up. I'm looking for the taste that I remember. So it's just not one of those places.
That's great.
I put carrots in my bolognese, but I don't put them in
100%.
Yeah.
Not the marinara.
So
not neither.
So, Butch, what's your story? I mean, you grew up in Brooklyn.
Man, well, I was out of there early, I'll be honest with you.
Right, but you were a kid. You got out of there.
We moved over into, I guess, the South Beach section of Staten Island, which, I'll be honest with you, if you go back and look, I mean, Sammy the Bull was operating out of there, and it was mob saturated.
Yes.
And but it was safe there. You know what I mean? And then we moved out to the South Shore of Staten Island, which was they call it Staten, Italy. All the grease balls went that way, and we lived out that way up until, I guess about 4 years ago. And what you call it? I moved on to the North Shore, which I happen to like because it's like Brooklyn. I go right out onto the Ave, and everything I need is right there. If I'm not going to my own place,
Right.
My barbershop, there's a Western Beef, there's a shop, everything's right there.
Everything you need is in the area.
It's right on the Ave.
It's still there.
What's that?
Everything is still the way it was?
Where I live now is like living in Brooklyn.
So Staten Island is now the new Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn's moving to Staten Island. Staten Island's going to Jersey, and Jersey's going to Florida. That seems to be the trend.
But let me ask you this. So Staten Island was always a good Italian population,
Yeah.
but I still feel it holds on to that there. More than Brooklyn now, right? Or
The
no?
South Shore of Staten Island, like I was just saying, is called Staten, Italy.
Even now, though, is what I'm saying.
Even now,
Okay.
yeah. Even now. We got good restaurants, good pizzerias, good. There's a lot of pork stores.
And how far is that
they're
from
on
New
the South
Jersey?
Shore.
How far away from New Jersey?
So if the South Shore is kind of close to the Outer Bridge, which leads you into Jersey, and then it's like a 6-7 minute drive over the bridge.
So they have authentic Italian product in the South Shore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
are they opening up pork stores like Salamoria types, or
not so much anymore,
No?
but kind of along the line. So they have a Scotty's, which used to be Top Tomato.
right?
I'm sure you remember Top
Sure.
Tomato.
Yeah, sure
And
do.
they keep the Italian products, but kind of stay in line with like supermarket-y type.
Okay.
They run sales, and
Right.
they have everything. You could do a food shop in there. Like you can't come to any of my stores and do a food shopping. You come there for what you want to eat.
Oh, your stores.
Yeah, my stores. But you can go into Scotty's and fill your wagon for the week.
Right.
Where if you're coming to me, you want the specialty pasta, you want the prime steak, you want the dry age, you want the sandwich that's got chicken cutlets with caponata and
Right.
mozzarella.
And I hear that you make 50 different style sandwiches.
50, and they all got a name.
So you have 50 names on the board, or is it a rotation?
Nope, 50 names on the board all day. You can get any one of them.
What do you think is the most popular one? Can I guess?
So we have
I want to guess on it, though.
Go ahead.
But I want you to tell me if I'm right. I don't even know if you have the sandwich. I don't know if you have. I'm just saying,
Go ahead.
right now, the way I see the trend going, and also somebody who's in the food industry and has done the sandwich thing,
Yeah.
I'm going to say one of the most, probably, if not the popular, mortadella burrata pistachio with ricotta. Or mortadella.
On stracciatella bread.
On stracciatella bread. It have to be so the mortadella, the pistachio, and the burrata.
The burrata. That's a good one.
Okay.
What our most popular, I would say, is we make a chicken vodka palm with sauteed spinach.
Chicken vodka palm.
Fresh mozzarella, vodka sauce, all in-house made,
Nice.
and sauteed spinach is a fantastic sandwich.
Very nice. And do you do the broccoli rabe sausage too?
1,000% sausage. We have a we call it the Brooklyn cheesesteak. We put peppers, onions with skirt steak, and instead of like Cooper Sharp or an American or a cheddar, we use sharp provolone.
I was going to say sharp provolone would go good with that.
Yeah, that's what we use.
And I have to be honest. I do know it goes against a lot of people, but Cooper's a great cheese.
Fantastic. I just started selling it.
It goes against a lot of people. Oh, it's whatever the fuck you want to. It's still a good cheese. It's better than Land O'Lakes. It's better than all that other crap.
I enjoy it, and it's great for melting.
Great for melting. Great for melting.
Fantastic. I agree.
And so you're making all your own products. I'm going to say you're not really buying. You're buying the cold cuts. You're not making the cold cuts. You can't do that.
No. Well, we use Boar's Head, and we use like Rovignati and all the higher end. Not even Soterio, because Soterio you can get anywhere these days.
Yeah.
We
Do you feel Boar's Head?
Rovignati.
You still feel Boar's Head is up to par?
Nah.
No, they're not, right?
It's not the same when I was a kid.
It's not the same. I mean,
No.
Years ago, Boar's Head was the gold standard of cold cuts.
1,000%.
And Thuman's was also great back in the day.
Before that, remember Hansel and Gretel?
Hansel and Gretel was a fantastic product. Yeah, that's old school now you're talking.
Yeah.
I don't even know if are they still around.
They had a bologna with cheese or something, and it looked like a clown's face. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Hansel and Gretel. And Thuman's. Do you remember Thuman's?
Thuman's, yeah. Thuman's was like a South Jersey thing.
Yeah. And
Yeah, we had, and then Dietz and Watson came in
Dietz
to
and
kind of,
Watson's another one that's making some
yeah,
noise now. I think they're like kind of neck and neck with. I think that Boar's Head lost the trust.
yeah. And then they had something happen with one of the plants. They're not producing their hot dogs. They do use an outside producer. Their bologna, anything, liverwurst, which is not a big thing anymore.
No, no, I did like their
Olive
hot dogs. So I always thought Boar's Head had the best, better than all of them.
They had that snap that nobody had.
Nobody had the snap like Boar's Head snap. They don't make them
Yep.
anymore.
No, they don't. They don't. They sell them,
Oh,
but
okay.
they don't produce them
Same.
themselves.
It's the
No,
same hot dog though. Little different.
not really. A little different.
Well, that's good that you're honest about it. Because
Yeah.
you have to be honest about it. You carry the product, and you're not
Yeah.
talking shit about them. You're just saying it's different,
No.
a little different. That's all.
I remember when I was a kid, we only used to get the one. It was all the hot dogs were attached.
Well, yeah, that's all I would get. I still
Yeah,
get
yeah.
them. Yeah, I can
It
still
used
get
to.
them.
It used to come like 3-4 feet long.
Yeah.
After you took it out of the package.
So my first venture as an entrepreneur was when I was 18 years old. I used to have a hot dog wagon. I was 18. I used to park it across the street from the school in Inverness, Florida. I graduated from. I grew up in that
Inverness.
area, Inverness, Florida. So I had a hot dog wagon, and they used to call me the hot dog man at 18 in this town.
Yeah.
I used to have the Boar's Head truck come to my fucking wagon, drop off for
No
me.
kidding.
Oh yeah,
Not Sabrett's?
it's not Sabrett's. I would only do Boar's Head.
Huh?
Right to my trailer, right to my wagon, drop off the hot dogs, drop off the Manhattan specials, and drop off the red onions, and drop off the, and I would get the, what do you call, the knishes, Gabila knishes. Right at my,
best.
this is in 1985.
Wow.
And I got written up in all the newspapers, like the hot dog man first in Florida. I mean, so that was my real, I've been in this business long. That was my first venture, and I have never stopped since. But 18.
Yeah.
So, and I remember the Boar's Head. I've always said it to this day. They were the best, better than Sabrett, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, they might be right around the same now because, like I said, they're not producing their own anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still good.
And now, what are you making in store? You making all your sausage?
Make our sausage. We make the hot sweet fennel, obviously, the cheese and parsley chivellade,
I love the chevrolet.
and we've been experimenting with different ingredients, say in the rings. So we make one called the 18th Avenue, which is peppers, onions, mozzarella, and red sauce.
I like it.
It's like a sandwich without the sandwich.
I like that.
You know what I mean? We do like a broccoli rabe roasted pepper provolone.
Nice.
Yeah, summertime. I mean, the wintertime, they're not grilling, so you're not making a lot of this
Not a
stuff,
lot of it.
you know? We make one with Calabrian chili peppers. That's our hot ring.
But the Calabrian chili peppers is all the rage right now.
I tell you what, I love them.
I love them. I eat them. I can eat them all day. I love them. I love them.
Yep. We mix it right in with the pork and the salt and pepper, and it comes out. It comes a nice red color from the oil.
Are you making any non-Italian styles like brats or anything like Nashville hot?
Nah.
Buffalo, the Buffalo style.
Chicken. We do chicken sausage is a big thing these days because everybody's on a health kick.
Okay.
So we have like 4 or 5 different flavors of chicken sausages also, which one would be buffalo. We do cheese and parsley. We do broccoli rabe and roasted pepper. A few different ones.
And everybody comes in now, but they really want the stuff that they're known for, the Italian product.
That's what it is.
So you grew up in this part of Staten Island.
I grew up in Staten, Italy.
Staten, Italy. Brooklyn with a cover charge, I always say.
Yes, that's it.
And you grew up there, and you did everything there. Are you still there?
Everything there, yeah, I'm still there. I mean, I toy with the idea of going to Jersey and this and that, and I actually gave Jersey a little bit of a run, and it was too quiet.
It's quiet, yeah.
Yeah, I need like remember the garbage truck would stop and you'd hear the brakes.
Yeah, you need the
I
action.
A siren once in a while.
You need to
know
live
what I
in
mean?
noise, some kind of noise.
Yeah.
You need to hear a gunshot once in a while, something.
Once in a while, I need to hear a gunshot, somebody's car backfire.
A scream, something nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking bludgeoning, somebody getting bludgeoned on the corner.
But yeah, that's. I enjoy Staten Island.
So
I enjoy Brooklyn too. I'm in Brooklyn, a few nights a week.
Are you? What part of Brooklyn are you hanging?
Dyker.
Are you hanging in Dyke? What's going on over there in Dyke now? It's still a hot area. It's always been.
Nah. I don't want to sound politically incorrect, but it's
Say how it is.
There's Chinese everywhere.
Everywhere you go, I hear. Yeah.
They're coming in with cash and they're pushing everybody out.
All those big houses. They're not Italian owned anymore in Dyke?
No.
Are the
No.
clubs still there? I remember going to back in Bay Ridge back in the day. I'd hang out at the clubs there all the time. I hear it's all
I
different
think
now.
the clubs are more restaurants now.
Like the old pastels on 80. I think it was on 84th or something.
Yeah, nah, all that's gone.
All that's gone now. Ernie Barry's used to be big. Turquoise was popular during the day.
Turquoise, I remember hearing about that. I was too young for those.
Before
places.
Turquoise, it was the Brown Derby. That was all
The
hot.
Brown Derby, I heard.
Yeah, those were all the clubs.
Way
I would
before
hang out.
me.
What's that?
Even like the neighborhood bars aren't around there.
They're not even around. Well, neighborhood bars are kind of. I think they went away. Really, not that they went away, but there's a few, probably in the Irish neighborhood still. But I don't think the neighborhood. It was a different culture back then.
Yeah.
It was the culture where we all lived there. Don't forget, back in those days, we didn't move. We lived there. So,
Yeah.
Now everybody's moving away. So it's a different culture, and you got to be careful who you trust. You don't know the place. Years ago, you went to your neighborhood bar. If you got piss-eyed fucking drunk, so you get a ride home.
Yeah, somebody get you home.
Or you'd sleep overnight in the fucking they didn't care. They wake up the next day and fucking sweep you up.
Or you were close enough to walk home.
Or you were close, and usually the neighborhood bar was the spot you would be walking to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember
I used to go to one with my dad called Butler's.
Butlers.
And if you could believe this, Mike, when you walked in, right, the right side was a deli, and the left side was a bar.
Oh, wow.
And you go in, and we'd start our day there. We'd go in, get buttered rolls and the little coffee with the Greek guys on it.
Right.
I know you remember those.
Sure.
Or you can get a bacon, egg and cheese, whatever you wanted. And then in the afternoon, the other side would open up, and after 12 o'clock, they would start serving alcohol. So we'd stop on the way home, and my father would have his 2 beers and a bag of Wise potato chips, and then we get out of there. Beer was $1.25. I'll never forget it.
See and that's something that you just like you said. I'll never forget it. That's the way it was. And you're never gonna forget it. But
they gave it to you in a frozen mug. It's just all those things that doesn't exist anymore.
It's like you wish you can repeat it for one more night, one more day. Kind of go back. They should it'd be fun to say. Like we're gonna. Like one day out of the year, it's going to go old school, and all the neighborhoods are going to open the old bars for one night, and everybody can go out and have fun. And the next thing you know,
I don't know if it could ever happen.
Those days are over. Yeah.
Those days are over. Those people are gone.
How about your neighborhood? Has it changed? Like, how has Staten Island changed in a positive way?
Staten Island changed in a positive way. I mean, they put new shopping centers in, nicer shopping centers. They redid the mall. As far as people wise, again, like I said, there's that floated Florida, so the people are changing. My area used to, my mother in her early years grew up like 2 blocks away from where I live. Now, I mean, it's not even a good neighborhood anymore, Mostly Italian.
It's not even that nice anymore.
No, it's an okay neighborhood. It ain't great.
Right. Wow. And then what about the crime? Has it gotten worse?
No,
like
I think that's gotten better because there's cameras everywhere.
That's true. You can't be a criminal anymore. It's hard to be a criminal. It's very difficult to be a criminal.
Everybody's got a camera right in their pocket. No.
In their pocket, on their neck. You don't know. Yeah, those days. That's why, not to get too involved in the way the mob is, the mob. When I remember hanging out with the guys, and listen, I was a mob comic. I did everybody's fucking wedding. I used to hang out. It's no surprise who I would hang out in Brooklyn. I was on 11th Avenue with those guys. Anyway, and I did all that stuff, but even then, you can get away with stuff. Nowadays, that's why they can't control what they used to control because there's cameras everywhere you go. The technology is too far. Years ago, they'd sweep for bugs, and that was it. Now you're sweeping for nothing. You don't know what.
Yeah, but you know what? This is your bug now.
It is. A lot of places they tell you leave your phones in the car.
Man, I'll tell you what. I went to, I want to say it's a dice show. We had to put it in like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, a lot of places don't want you to do anything anymore. Yeah,
I've seen dice about 6-7 times now. We went in Red Bank, New Jersey. Count Basie, I'm sure you heard of it.
Sure, I performed there, yeah.
And we had to put it in a Ziploc and
that's the way it
can't
is.
tape the show.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens with that? There's a reason for that because people will tape the whole show. And then they'll monetize it on YouTube and make more money than Dice did or anybody else, So
right, which is a shame.
I understand it. as much as you want to go have a good
No,
time.
I get it too. I get it.
You want to have a good time. You want to get those clips, and it's fun to put it on the reels and all that. But people don't all do that. They'll tape the whole fucking show in HD, better than
Right.
Netflix.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and they'll put it on YouTube, and they'll just make thousands of dollars from it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, with these phones, it's crazy what you can do. But
Right.
remember not
Right,
having a
it
phone? Do you
is.
remember not having a phone and actually,
1,000% I remember not having a phone.
but living your
I
life
loved it.
without it? But I'm saying, like, literally living your life without it.
1,000%. When I first started driving, I had no cell phone.
When you first started driving,
No cell phone.
so you had no cell phone. Okay.
They had it, and it was like a VCR with a big antenna sitting off the on the top.
So you remember the antennas and all that shit.
Yeah, but yeah. But I never had a phone. I didn't get a phone till like probably 5 years. So I started driving at 17. So maybe I was like 21, 22.
Were you in the era of beepers? Not really.
Yeah, of course.
What?
I had a beeper.
Were you a beeper guy? Like the old page
Yeah, I had a
ones?
beeper.
Wow.
I had a beeper.
I didn't think that you were that, because you're 40. How old are you?
I'll be 49.
Okay, so yeah, okay, I could see that. Yeah, you were young.
Yeah, I had a beeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the beepers. You get a beep. Like in the middle of something. Like, who the fuck? Now I got to call. People get aggravated when they get the beep. They want to have the beeper, but they got to show everybody when they get beeped how fucking pissed off they are. But they're only showing they're pissed off because they want to show the person they actually have a beeper. It's all about
1,000% right.
they're like,
And then
who's like they're important. Who the fuck is this now? I got to call him 911. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Then you got to go crazy looking for a payphone. Then you don't have a quarter.
Yep. Then you got to go nuts with the payphone. So you jump into a neighborhood bar because the neighborhood bar's always got the phone.
Yeah.
Or the train station. Now, you see any phones anywhere? I never see any phones anywhere.
You know what? You know what they still have a little bit of? Just like the empty booth. The phone's gone,
Right.
but just the empty booth.
And they just
is
have the square thing.
Yeah.
I have not
Yeah, it's
seen
just
an
phone.
actual phone though in years.
No.
Yeah.
Nah.
It'd be interesting to know how many actual. There's got to be some out there.
It's got to be somewhere.
There's somebody's, and you know what you don't hear anymore? Like years ago, remember you can call 411 for information, see somebody's
Nah,
name.
no more. You go right on your phone and do it.
You don't even have to think about it. You just fucking put it in Google, whatever.
Yep.
And no one calls
whatever.
411. No more operators.
No.
We used to call the
There's not even toll attendants anymore, Mike.
toll attendants are gone. Everything's easy
Gone.
pass, pay by plate.
I'll tell you a quick funny story. My dad, when I was a kid, I guess I was around 2, he says, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I want a pony." So him and his Goomba go out to Jersey. My father had a Nova. They took the back seat out of the car and they stuffed the pony in the back seat of the car. I swear to God, this is a true story.
And what did you do with the pony?
So I'm getting to that. He brings it back to Staten Island. So he's in the toll booth, and I don't know if he was waiting for change, but the lady looks, she goes, "Wow, you got a big dog." He goes, "It's tremendous." And he took off. But we ended up keeping the pony in a boarding stable out there.
In Staten Island.
Yeah,
Because they still had some country in Staten Island. That's right.
Yeah, still there's some. My good friend Junior still operates a stable out on Staten Island.
Yeah, they still held on to some country.
Yeah, it's still a little bit out. Like I said, the South Shore's got trees, it's got trails, it's got nature, stuff. Nature preserve.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There are some beautiful
It's
places.
nice on that side.
The only thing I
Jersey.
don't like is by the years ago when a lot of people getting sick living by the dump. Remember that? People getting tumors and shit.
You got to drive through it wherever you go.
Yeah, fuck, it
It's on
stinks.
both sides.
But people were getting fucking their heads exploding. After everybody was dying from 1992 to like fucking 98.
I live pretty far away from it, and on a hot day, if you got a breeze, you could smell it in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's closed now.
Yeah. Is it really?
Yeah, they closed it. Yeah.
Well, that's smart. I used to have a joke about that. On Arthur Kill Road, if you go to Arthur Kill Road, it smells like somebody killed Arthur and left him there for like a month.
Yeah. That's probably where the name came from. That's exactly where it was. Arthur Kill Road.
Arthur Kill Road, yeah. It smells like somebody killed Arthur and left him for like a month and a half. That's how fucking
That's
bad.
exactly
It's the only
what
place
happened.
you fart in the car, you roll the windows up. That's what we used to talk about.
It's the truth.
Welcome to Jersey, where a fart's refreshing. We used to say it.
Man. It stunk. Not no more, really, because they covered it up.
What was it like when you were young, though, with your parents? Your parents are both from Sicily? Is that how they came here?
So my mother was born here, but
Okay.
she's an immigrant
Sure.
as far as they go. My dad is off the boat, came here when he was 19. Man, the textbook. My mother was a hairdresser. My father was a bricklayer.
Okay. Hard-working family.
What's that?
Hard-working family.
100%. And then my dad at night would go roll bread at a place called Cangiano's.
Okay.
His brother worked there. All my uncles are bakers. My father's the only one who's not. And my father would go work and roll bread at night, and then leave, and then go do construction, and then go home at dinner time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did your father do anything in the industry with food? Anything?
No. Nope.
Nothing. So how did you grow up in that age? Like when you were growing up?
I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Well, yeah,
I was working for a friend of mine. His name is Joe Miggs. He's probably 60, 61. So he's a few years older than me. Had a polio truck.
Okay.
You know, delivering mozzarella. His father had a polio distribution center in Edgewater, New Jersey. And he had a route, a couple routes. So I used to work on the truck with him for the summer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a job in this place called Miggy's. And Miggy's was like a small supermarket.
Miggy's.
They had a meat department, Miggy's. They had a meat department, they had a deli, they had, you know, grocery and all that stuff. One day they were short of butchers, so they took me out of the deli, and they were teaching me how to make chopped meat and, you know, being a utility guy, you know? And I was like, wow, I fucking like this. And I was probably 15 at that time. And I says to Joe, I says, you know, I've been working with meat. He says, I got a job for you. He sends me to this place called Belfuri's. Was on Highland Boulevard in Seaview, Belfury Meats. And it was just meat. And maybe like 3 cold cuts, like ham, bologna, turkey, and cheese. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And the meat was in the bottom, and the top had the few cold cuts, which they don't even let you do that anymore. You know, the cold cuts in with the meat.
No.
And we worked on wooden blocks, and that's when that's how I started. I really started to fall in love with the meat business.
And then where did it go from there? You fell in love with the meat. You started getting, so, you know, before you became a butcher.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how you classify it, because out here in the retail supermarket thing, they don't have butchers anymore.
Meat cutters.
They have meat cutters. To be a butcher, there's a whole different game to be a butcher.
So I could pretty much take a steer from standing up next to you all the way to your plate.
So that's a true butcher. That's a real butcher.
I've worked in a slaughterhouse. I've broken down whole animals.
Master butcher.
What's that?
You're a master butcher. Then you can do anything in butchery. You know.
Yes.
Is that a word, butchery?
Yeah, I guess you could use that.
It should be used, butchery.
Yeah, butchery.
Yeah, butchery.
But I like I said, I could skin them. I could I could gut them. I could I do everything. I worked in a slaughterhouse for a while.
So you went the whole 9 yards. And I always heard that meat cutters call themselves butchers, but if a butcher finds out you're only a meat cutter, and they'll reprimand you, say, don't fucking call yourself a butcher.
100%.
Yeah.
It's easy to open a box. Any monkey could slice a piece
Anybody
of meat.
can cut a fucking two finger cut New York strip, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, tell me where it came from.
Yeah.
You know, where on the animal was it? You know what I mean? I could tell you right now.
When you look at a bull, you're looking at a bull a different way than most people look at a bull.
Yes.
You can tell it, everything about, is everything on the bull edible? In certain countries, yes, probably, but I don't know about here.
Yeah. I mean, here there's certain things that you're not supposed to eat. They like Vastedas, like the spleen.
Well, yeah, but people have been eating that in Brooklyn for years.
Oh, forget it. You can go to Joe's.
Go to Joe's at Avenue U. They got this Vasteda.
Yeah, but it's illegal to sell.
Is it?
Yeah. So, I don't know why.
So let's get to that real quick. Then I want to hear about the other stuff. But here we go. Here's Joe's of Avenue U. I've been going there since I'm young. Forget it. That was the greatest place. Get the panelli sandwich. I used to, everything there was great. But we would get the Vasteda, and I was never a huge fan of it, but it was okay. So
I eat it once a year.
Yeah, I'll eat it. But they're getting this, which is illegal to get. But nobody ever questions it.
No.
You know what I mean? New York State don't come in and say you're not supposed to have it. You know, how are they getting, and where are they getting it from? That's the thing. Like, who's selling it?
Don't
know. There's got to be a place. You must come across it though if you're doing butchery. You're butching. Butching.
So if you get a forequarter or a hindquarter, it'll run alongside. I guess where the skirt would lay.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that. And if you look at it raw, it looks almost like it, but it's like the grass fed. It's like purpley looking. Like liver or something.
I also heard there was sofrita, they call it. Sofrita, that's illegal to have.
Oh man, that's the heart, the lungs,
Yeah,
all of
all
that.
that shit. You can't have that either, right? Or can you?
Nah, it's not a thing anymore. I don't even know. I can't even get. It's because it's not a thing.
It's just
I
not.
remember when I was a kid and we would go to the market. They had these tubs of that,
Yeah.
and it would be all all the innards, offals they call them. And it would be hearts, lungs, this, that. But that's not
Nowadays,
a thing. It's not a thing
you
anymore.
don't see it anymore. That's the thing. But
No.
I heard that people do eat. Like if you look at the Liver King, you see the Liver King.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll eat shit like that, hearts and
Yeah.
lungs, and he'll eat that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are people like that that are
Well, I
really
mean,
into the
he's also
carnivore.
doing it at his house. You know what I mean? He's not buying that anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got to be doing it himself or getting it from
Yeah.
somebody. Somebody's doing it
Yeah.
for him. I
Yeah.
just
He's probably got a guy that goes there and does a farm kill for him.
he lost his fucking mind, the Liver King. You see him?
Man, he was going after Joe Rogan.
He's still every day. It's all he talks about. You got to get over it already. Joe Rogan, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Joe Rogan is not calling up the Liver King to talk to him about anything. Joe don't need Liver King.
I mean, Joe's living his best life. He's a multi-zillionaire. Money coming from everywhere.
Everywhere.
He lives on a ranch.
He's living the life like if you notice, he's starting to chill out now more.
Yes.
You're not seeing him smoke the weed as much anymore. You notice that?
He banged into me one time at a comedy show.
Oh, yeah?
You remember, Uncle Vinny's?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Point Pleasant?
Yeah.
So I don't remember exactly who I was seeing, but I was sitting in the aisle. And he was coming to see that comedian. They were friends. I can't remember who it was.
Maybe it was Joey Diaz?
No. Joey Diaz comes into my store in Marlboro.
Does he? Joey's a friend of mine.
Yeah, he lives in Marlboro. He's a dynamite guy.
Great guy, Joe.
He's like everybody I know.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He's true to himself, too. He's not trying to be anything he's not.
No.
He don't even know how the fuck he got here. Like, he don't even know. He's just riding the wave, man.
That's it. But, yeah, he lives in Marlboro now, and he frequents the store. And you know what's good? We don't geek out. You know what I mean? Because we're all tremendous fans of his. We don't geek out. Hey, Joey, let's go. Oh, Uncle Joey, you know what I mean? We'll tell him stay black because that's what he says. But it's funny to see him like in the wilds.
Next time you see, I just spoke to him recently, but next time you see Joey, tell him, hey, Wheels says hello, by the way.
I will.
He'll laugh. He might tell you a fucking story that's either true or not true, one or the other.
I'm sure it's a good one.
It's always a good one. He's a story guy too, man. He's great. I love Joey. Joey Diaz.
So I went. Like I said, I started working at the Belfioris.
Yeah.
And it was like a 7-man shop. You know what I mean? 2 guys in the ice box, 5 on the line. On the counter.
When you say 2 men in the ice box, what does that mean?
Breakers. They were breaking down meat.
Okay.
They used to get $10 more a day at that time.
Oh.
So if we were making $70 a day, say, he was making $80.
Okay.
Because he was in the cold.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
And they'd have 2 breakers in the icebox breaking down meat, and then everybody behind the counter was either cutting meat or helping customers. And how much could you grow in a store like that? Unless you're gonna end up buying.
Right.
So I worked for Top Tomato. I went from there to Top Tomato.
I remember you working at Top Tomato. That I do. That's
what
I think
I was with Top Tomato like 25 years.
Yeah.
If you could believe that, it's crazy. But
That's crazy.
I was with crazy.
25 years. Jesus, you could retire.
I should have. If I would have listened to my father and went into the union, I'd be done already.
Yeah. Jeez. So so Belfioris then Top Tomato, but the Belfioris, how long were you there?
7 years.
7 years at But you were young. That's when you first started.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was a young kid.
Is Belfiori still there?
Young when I got to Top Tomato too. What's that?
Is Belfiori still there?
So they had 2. They actually at one point had 5 on Staten Island. And when I got to them, there was only 2. One was on Highland Boulevard and one was on Victory. The one on Victory is still there. It's the owner's son. And the one on Highland where I was is a bagel store now.
Bagel store.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you went to Top Tomato. That's where you probably met a lot of people.
Oh, I met everybody. Everybody I know in the meat business, I met there.
So you really got your chops. That's where you really cut your chops. I would assume.
You got to figure if you're working in a mom and pop store like Belfiori, you're going to cut sirloin steaks, you're going to cut London broils, you're going to cut shells, strips, porterhouse, ribeyes, ribs, this, that, a little bit of roast beef, but you don't cut everything. So now when I go over to Top Tomato, it's like you're cutting stir fry, pepper steaks, beef stew, all of this other shit that I never even really cut, because these people were coming in, they were buying, the old Italians would buy hanging ribs of beef, they would buy whole pieces of meat and you'd cut it for them. Sometimes we used to have chucks for $1.99, and they'd want to cut into cubes, cut into steaks, do this, do that, do that. And yeah, I could do all of that. But now I got to go and learn all these food service cuts. And I started working with a guy at Top Tomato named Carmine Romeo. Now, I don't know if you remember, on 15th Avenue in Brooklyn is Romeo Brothers Meats.
Yes, I do remember them.
He was one of the Romeo brothers.
Okay.
And we became very friends. He's very good friends. He's actually out in Vegas now. He owns Dakota Packing in Vegas.
Okay, cool.
And services all the restaurants and all of that stuff on the Strip. But anyway, he taught me how to cut all the food service cuts. To where it's wrapped under plastic and people are picking it up. And with that, I became a manager, and I was a floating manager, and I was opening stores with them. I would be able to run, handle a grand opening in the meat department. Do we need 10 boxes of this, 5 boxes of that, 6 boxes of these? I need this many guys. And we'd cut from nothing, you know what I mean? Because I'm a workhorse. I've been a workhorse all my life.
Yeah, you just don't know. You don't know any other way.
No, I don't know any other way.
That's interesting.
You can ask anybody that knows me. I've never been without a job.
Yeah, well, because you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you got in this world nowadays, anybody who's not working and they say they can't find a job, I got resumes everywhere, I just can't.
Bullshit.
It's fucking bullshit. You don't want a job. That's your problem.
You don't want a job.
They think they're going to get rich quick on a fucking 6-minute Instagram, which is another whole story with these influences. But I want to get to that in a minute. But
yeah, we will, because I want to talk about that.
With the beef itself, what I want to ask you. So lately here in Florida, now I don't know if this is they're just targeting Publix. It's just Publix in their targeting. I feel they're saying that, and you know Publix, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they're saying that the beef in Publix, people are going online and putting it out that the beef is not real beef. It's fake beef. It's cloned beef, whatever they're doing to it.
So I feel like at this stage in the game, you have to tell the people. So you'll see on some packages, it'll say born and raised in the USA, yes. Born, raised, harvested. It'll have the label on it. I feel like that has to be pronounced also.
It should. But when you're buying meat, but when you're buying meat from the back of the room, they're putting it in the styrofoam containers and they're wrapping it and putting the Publix label on it. That's not going to be on there. It's only going to be on packaged meat that comes in from companies.
Well, if there's a USDA stamp on, ticket on it, then it's from here.
Yeah, it could be from here. I get it, but they're saying even if it's from here, they're saying it's not real. It's made. It's made up. It's just not. It's not
with that meat glue that they had.
Yeah, it's not. No, they're saying that it's the cow or the bull is a cloned. It's grown just for that. It's not pastures. It never sees the light of day. It's only the meat. They're making it it's like bullshit meat,
project?
Huh?
Like a science project.
Yeah, it's like they're fucking bullshit meat.
I haven't heard
genetically modified. That's what they're saying. This genetically modified.
Yes.
That's the word I was looking for.
So I've seen a little bit of reels on it, and I never dove too deep into it because I'm not handling anything like that, and I will never handle anything.
But do you know if you would be handling it like that?
Yeah, I would know.
You would know. Okay.
I know. Once I look at the meat, I know.
You know there's something with it.
And if I don't know, nobody knows.
Right.
If they get one by on me, I went for a job interview one time, and the guy says, "You can cut everything." I says, "Unless you drag a dinosaur in here, I've cut everything." I says, "And I'll probably figure out the dinosaur too."
Yeah. Yeah. So you just know by the look.
Yeah,
of it.
I know. I know what's real, what's not. I know why some chicken breast is hard and some's not. I know why.
So let's talk about what's real and what's not. I notice a lot lately, and I'm going to say in the last year or two, Brooklyn is infested. Brooklyn and Staten Island and everywhere out there, infested with a lot of fake wannabe people. A lot of people running around claiming they're mob guys, acting like the part. But it's terrible actors. It's awful actors, and they're very bad at what they do. But people are buying into it. They're buying into this shit, Butch.
So social media gives them a presence, and I feel like they start to believe. Listen, if you're that, and we both know plenty of them. We probably know some of the same people.
Yeah.
You can't fake that, and you can't get a late start.
Right.
So I feel like, I it makes me nauseous to see that the Italian culture being, you know who my father is, blah, 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 blah. My friends, that's the first guy to get cracked.
Yeah. That was a joke back in the 80s if you said that to somebody.
It's still today, and it's really happening.
I can't believe it. You got people changing their name. Who's Mr. Gambino, Banano, and they call themselves. There's like Gambino 1, 2, 3, and 4 out there. These fucking people.
Bro, if you don't respect yourself enough to use your own name, then you're no good.
I agree. And you can see when they act, they're acting like it's so wrong about all of it. You know, listen, I'm sure you and I have been around I know I've been around the real deal a lot. You know the difference. You could tell when somebody is the real deal. They don't act like that. They're not walking around with a coat on their shoulder like they're Don Fanucci from 1938 walking down 18th Avenue with a fucking coat, smoking cigar. You know, it's such a fucking. It's actually hurting the Italian American culture.
1,000%. 1,000%. And it's embarrassing for a guy like me who my father came here with nothing and was legit and legitimate and worked hard and was respected by those guys because of that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Now there are
so it's embarrassing that again.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah. You know who I do like? I like Kristen the hairdresser. I like. You like her?
She's fantastic. She's a Staten Island girl.
She's we're friends. I like her. I think she's original. I think she's giving people real entertainment. Yeah, she's not trying to be a fake. She's just people. Really, good people. I like her. You know, I even like Little Mozzarella. I enjoy watching him, and I'll tell you why. Because he's not trying to be a comedian. He's trying to be a gavone. He's just doing his thing. He don't give a fuck what people think about him. I'll do that.
Yeah. I feel like we all know that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like it because he even said, I'm not a comedian. I'm just who the fuck I want to be. And I respect that.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I like him.
I like him. I enjoy his videos.
Yeah, I'll watch him. I also like Meals by Couge. I think he's fun.
Meals by Couge, he's a customer in the Staten Island store. I happen to know him.
Okay, I like him.
I tell you what, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And the reason why I like him is because he just looks like everything that you wouldn't think he was. You know, you would not, by looking at him, you would just not think he was a fucking Gugine kind of guy. And he just plays beautiful.
He opened a little store in downtown Brooklyn or by Court Street or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little, luncheonette or maybe something like that.
Sandwich shop, I heard.
Yeah, that's what it is, sandwich shop.
I'm trying to find this one that's really good.
I like the Scarlata twins.
I like them, and I like the father.
So they're customers in the Staten Island store. The father, I didn't burn the chicken colors. He's yelling at them all the time.
I like them.
They're good guys.
I also like this other guy, Peppino. You like Peppino?
Joe, he's a real guy.
Good guy.
He's got a little pizzeria. I think he's got a candy store.
Maybe a liquor store. See, these are the original ones that started. So they're not the Fugazis that are out there making believes. Not the Mr. Rogers Land of Make Believe. Those fucking Gavones out there making them look bad. Those are the real ones.
Okay guys.
Yeah, they're all good.
You know. Yeah.
Laura Cargiulo. Have you seen her lately?
But I know her. I think her sister Angela and me are the same age.
Okay, so she did my podcast, and I think
so. Funny enough, I just spoke to her today.
Did you? Yeah, her and I became friends, and she did the show. She'll be on again. I like her a lot. I think she's going to make a lot of noise, and and people are starting to really watch her now, and they're getting threatened by the way she's acting because she's great.
Yeah, she does kind of these characters.
Yeah,
yeah. I like it. It's entertaining.
Now, there's a pizzeria opening up on Avenue O. Have you heard about this place? It's new. This guy is fucking great.
It's got a woman's name to it. Woman's name.
And I can't, and it just slips by me now because I just started following him. I'm trying to find
Jules Pizza or something like that, right? Jules. Maybe?
Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I have seen him.
Tell me, okay, I'm going to tell you something. Anthony, I'm telling you, Anthony, I know talent. Mm-hmm. I just know this guy is going to blow the fuck up. I just like him.
Yeah.
Have you watched him?
I watch. Yeah, sure.
I can't stop watching the guy. I like when he goes, he just says stupid shit. And he's great. I support what he did. And I like the fact that he's not just trying to be Everything's Italian. He's making fucking whatever. He's making pineapple fucking mango pizzas. He's doing
Yeah,
it all.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's gearing himself toward the new generation of spenders. You have to remember this.
Hmm.
In this business, I learned as an entrepreneur and as a restaurateur for many years, you can't cater just to the old people.
No,
My generation. You don't want to cater to my generation. Well, we know
no,
what we want, and we're going to go get
yeah,
it. You got to cater to the new spenders, the new people that are starting to make money, starting to spend money, and starting to
yeah.
go out there and do the things to work their way in. The new daters, the new married couples, the new spenders.
Right,
The person who got the
right.
job now, he's making 1,000, grand a week. He's going to go spend it. Cater to
Yeah,
them, and that's what he's doing. He's catering to the new generation of spenders, and it's very
right.
smart. He's very smart.
Yeah, that old generation's not what it used to be, man.
No, no,
I almost can't sell a veal cutlet anymore.
people
Those people aren't eating it. These new people are not eating it.
they're not eating it because they don't want to spend. Number one, it's expensive,
Right. And
and
then, the other aspect of it.
the other aspect of it. But I think also because the older people are on fixed incomes now, they're not in the workforce
Yeah.
anymore. The
Right.
65, they're retired. They got to watch. They just can't go in. Once in a while, they'll go and buy.
Right.
I go to a butcher out here called Prime Meats.
Hmm.
He's a real butcher. He's from Argentina.
Oh, they're great
He's
butchers.
a great butcher, and the place is amazing. I go in there. He's got all smoked. He not smoked. He cures all his own. He dry
That's
ages
great.
everything. He has a dry
Great.
age. He actually has a club at $1,000 for the year, and you belong to the club, and you get different prices on the meat, the dry age
Oh,
stuff. He told me a trick about dry aged beef, and I'll tell you in a minute. But this guy, I can't. I'm not going to go there every week and buy because I'm not a big meat eater anymore. But when I do
right.
go buy a filet mignon, I'll buy his stuff, and it's like
Right.
$69 a pound
Yeah,
for filet mignon,
that's what it is.
and that's what it's $69 a pound. But it's beautiful. You cut through it. You can cut it with a fork. I mean, like
Right.
this. But he told me a trick when you're buying something that's dry aged. Now you do a lot of dry aging too, right? If somebody asks you for tips and tricks on how to cook it, cooking dry aged beef is different than cooking regular beef.
Yeah.
So he told me when you're making it in the pan, like the filet mignon, you put it and you saute it, you sear it. And I didn't even know this, and I'm a chef. He said, don't put any salt on it. Only
No,
on the
never.
dry age. He said, no salt.
I tell you, I tell a lot of people, sear it in the pan and then put the pan in the oven for 10, 15 minutes.
That's how you should do it too. But people don't. A lot of people don't do that. They don't know they can do that. And
No.
that's the way to do it. Sear it, get that meaty, get that rare, and then finish it and go to medium rare in the oven at a high temperature.
Finish it right in the oven.
Yeah, that's how you should do it. And he told me
Best
don't
way
put
to
any
do it.
salt on dry age. He said don't salt it
Nope.
because it takes away a lot of the flavor and dries it out inside.
1,000%.
So
He's right.
And so you guys are drying your own. You have the dry aged the machine.
We built one.
Okay, wow.
We built one. So what I do is it's temperature control, climate controlled. There's a fan, and in front of the fan I keep no, behind the fan, I'm sorry. I keep a bucket of charcoal. Almost like it looks like a hamper, like a basket,
Yeah,
and that draws the moisture out.
I like that.
Yeah, and the constant air circulating with the charcoal draws the moisture out of the meat.
So I heard a lot of people they dry it in lime rock too. A million different ways. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. You're going to go out tonight. Let's say you're going to go out tonight. You want to entertain somebody. They're telling you, Butch, take me to the best steakhouse in New York for a steak. And of course, my house, but forget about that. Where would you take them to when you really feel they do have the best steak in New York?
I'm gonna say Old Homestead.
Oh, interesting. I would have said that in Vegas for sure.
Old Homestead, then Peter Luger right behind it.
Okay. I heard Peter Luger's. I would have said Peter Luger's only because I've been going there forever, but I heard Peter Luger's is getting a bad rap now. I heard somebody reviewed it and gave him a shitty review in the New York Times, and they've been suffering. I don't know. You can't believe in anybody anymore.
So I'll be honest with you. Every time I've been there, it's been a great experience.
Okay.
I usually get the same waiter.
Yeah.
I like what I order. It's always the same.
Yeah.
And I've never had where it's like, oh, there's steak or this and that. The only time I wasn't happy with it was because their air conditioner was broken. It stunk in there because of the dry age.
Yeah. That can happen.
But as far as food quality, I never had an issue.
You know, the waiters over there have been around forever. Some of them have been there 40, 50
Those guys
years.
got to be making over $100,000.
I think more. There was a waiter in there. His name was Wolfgang back in the day. And
Yeah.
he actually made so much money, he moved to Beverly Hills and opened up a steakhouse called Wolfgang's. Wolfgang Puck actually tried to sue him for that name, saying you can't use the name Wolfgang. And Wolfgang actually beat Wolfgang Puck in the lawsuit and said, it's my fucking name. You can't tell me not to use it. And,
Yeah.
So he was a waiter at Peter Luger's for 50 years, decided to move to California to better climate, and he moved there, opened up Wolfgang's on Rodeo Drive. He went all balls, and he became one of the hottest steakhouses in fucking Beverly Hills.
Gotta love a story like that.
And that, to me, is an inspiration. Where do you feel you're going in this world, and what are you looking to do?
Man,
I mean, because you're a great dad. Your daughter's now going to Rutgers, from what I hear.
Rutgers, yeah.
How does it feel now that you know she's not going to be next to you all the time?
Man, I can't believe we're this far down the road already.
Right.
If that makes, I'm sure it makes sense to you because your daughter's already.
My daughter just graduated nursing school, so now she's going into the workforce. She just got a job at St. Joseph's Hospital, so she's excited.
Congratulations.
As an RN. So yeah, now, and now I can imagine what you're going through. She's going to school, and she's going to a fantastic school. What is she going to be? What is her major?
Ultrasound technology. She's going to do ultrasound.
She'll always have a job.
Yeah,
always.
Well, as long as I'm working, she'll always have a job because I'll be honest with you, since she's little, they moved to Florida during the pandemic, because my ex-wife was the vice principal of Dewey in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
the high school.
Sure.
And they were threatening their job and they didn't want the vaccination. Florida was wide open. So at first I wasn't on board, but you know what? I'm glad she grew up down there because it's shit here.
It is.
It's shit.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, me and you grew up or I grew up.
No, total different world.
So she grew up great down there. She did great in school. Her friends aren't like my friends when I was 16, 17. You know what I mean? My friends were derelicts.
Yeah.
Her friends are theater people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're friends with theater people?
No, her friends.
Oh, I was going to say your friends? Okay.
No, forget it. If they are theater people,
they were robbing theaters. Yeah. No, I got you.
But her friends are theater people. My friends were street thugs.
Right.
So I'm glad she didn't grow up here. But I ended up, I wasn't on board because I was like, I'm not going to see this kid at all. I ended up seeing her less frequently, but for more time.
Right. Right.
And
quality
come
time.
around the holiday, she'd come up here for Christmas, and I'd be like, listen, I have no time, so you got to come to work with me. Yeah. And she actually learned the business a little bit.
Wow.
So she can cut stew meat. She can take care of customers. She could take a catering order. She works in the bakery. I'm so proud of her because she's got a fantastic work ethic.
She has good work ethic, so that's going to carry over in her occupation.
Unbelievable, Mike. I'm so proud of that.
Good for her. Good for her.
And she's something different, man.
And
good kid.
So she's starting. She'll be a freshman.
She'll be a freshman in the fall.
And how long has she going for? 2 or 4?
She's going to do 2 and then 2 at a different college to finish, to get her master's.
So she's going to get the prerequisites.
Don't mark me. I don't know if she's going to start in the other one and go to I don't know how exactly it works. But it's going to be 2 and 2.
That's where the eye's at. That's where she's going.
Yes.
Very cool. And what about you? Where do you go from here?
Where do I go?
You're getting to be at a certain age now, 49. You've been doing this 30 some odd years. It's hard work. It is. No matter what you say, I can do it with my eyes closed, my hands behind my back. I believe it all. But when it comes to
doesn't mean I'm not tired at the end of the day.
What's that?
Doesn't mean I'm not.
Doesn't mean you're not exhausted, and doesn't mean you don't wake up or get up from the chair once in a while. Have to walk a little different,
More than a once in a while.
So where do you go from here? Where
do I go from here? I tell you the truth. I would like to like I said I would like to be maybe a beef buyer or a salesman or something like that because I know the whole meat industry. So that would be easy for me. And then maybe it's a desk job, maybe in a car a couple days a week, going to different places. Because I could talk to a meat manager or a butcher and say, listen, these 0x1 shells are fantastic. You should try them. Here's one. Try it on me. Whatever the case. Right now, I don't see myself leaving Brucese's for any reason. If I ever told you that it's like working with my family, these guys are the family that I chose.
Okay.
Type of deal. You know what I mean? You know, we're there for one another. We spend time outside of the business.
Do you have a personal relationship with the owners? Personal?
It's unreal.
Okay.
It's unreal. You know, if there's a problem my way, if there's a problem their way, you know, and again, we've gone to baseball games, we've gone to comedy shows. It's just a good
It's a good atmosphere. It's a good place to be around.
You know, it's not, it's, you know, people are like, oh, I can't, I don't want to go to work. It's Monday morning. I was like, I can't wait to go to work and see my friends.
Right. And they were good to you too. I mean, they gave you a great position. You earned it.
Always.
But, you know, you earned it. Rightly so, you know. But I remember when you were working at Tartamella. Then I remember when you started working at Bruce's and you were just the meat manager there. Now you're running now you're running an operation for the most part.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, where does it go from there? Maybe a partner. Who knows? You never know one day.
Someday, you know, I mean, you know, it's not that I would deny it, or it's not that it's not been spoken about or been an option.
Yeah.
But maybe, you know.
And then you got the leasing company. What is this all about? I see this popping up. And to be honest, I know you never talked to you about it. I don't know what the fuck it means. I don't know anything about this particular thing you're doing. What is it?
So I'll give you in a nutshell.
Limited leasing.
No, limitless.
Limitless leasing. Okay.
Yes.
Limited leasing. That would suck. Limited is very limited.
Yeah, very limited. We got 3 cars.
Yeah. Very limited. We can't help you.
So what the deal is you call me, or you call Nikki DiChristina, or, you know, the office, and you say, I want a Dodge Durango with this trim package, this color. We hunt down the car for you, no matter where it is, and we get it to your house. You never go to a dealership.
So it's almost like I don't want to say Carvana. It's almost like Carvana, right?
Yeah, you know, Carvana's got a car vending machine. If you ever seen one of these.
Yeah, I've seen them all over.
Right. I've never. I actually seen one on you know, in Jersey.
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But we take all the legwork out for you. We do all the pain in the ass stuff. We go to the dealership. We get your deal. We get your color. We get your car, and we bring it to your house. And you sign a contract in your living room. You never go to a dealership.
You're like the fucking Uber of leasing. You bring it right to them.
That's it.
So with that, when somebody wants, say for instance, I'm looking for a 1983 Eldorado Baritz Canary Yellow cherried out. I want it pretty much all original.
I'm sure we could find one, but it's mostly new cars.
All right. So if I said to you that I want to go, okay, so it's new cars, any car I want, then basically, if I want
anything.
Yeah, so basically, you go in and you're doing the deal for them. Mm-hmm. Does it reflect in the price any more than if these people were to do the legwork themselves?
No, because it's all factored in.
Okay, so that's great.
Yeah, the money that we make is factored into the deal.
It's factored into the deal, and also are you actually getting the loan for them too, like the lease? In other words,
yeah, we do all the legwork.
Is it interesting? So if I told you tonight I wanted a new Benz at my house tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but I wanted this new Benz and all this.
Give me 2 days.
All you're gonna do is and I live in Florida. You're gonna bring it here?
Of course.
That's great.
We'll get it delivered to you.
That's great.
Normally we have drivers that go get the cars, and we even take your old car.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I could just shop for a car, and I can actually. What if I actually picked the car I wanted and said, "This is the one I want"? It's online. I send you the link.
I need 2 days, and it'll be at your house.
That car, that exact car.
Color, trim package, model, whatever you want.
All on the up.
All on the up, yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, no, we're getting it from their dealerships. I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm like, Mike, I need 500. I'll go get the coffee. It's not like that. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny. I knew it wasn't, but I like saying it like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All legit. You know, like real fucking, like ignorant, legit. Like an ignorant person on the street that just doesn't understand. So you're telling me you can get me the car, my house.
Yeah. 100%. It'll be there in 2-3 days.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, that's, you know, it's you know, we were so busy during the pandemic because people didn't want to go to car dealerships and their leases were up.
Yeah.
You know, so we were running cars constantly.
And this is your business, or you're working for the company?
No. It's 2 friends that are brothers, and they says, "Hey, you know, if you bring us this, we'll give you this, and if you do this, we'll give you that." And it's very easy for me to just bring leads. I don't do anything.
So it's a nice side business, nice little side job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you know, it's a few hundred a month, or, you know, more than a few hundred sometimes, and it's not constant money because maybe I would do that for a living.
Yeah.
Because it's way easier than the meat business, but it's not, you know, a guaranteed.
It's not stable.
I know what I'm making.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you know exactly
Right.
every week it's going to be
I can
this.
sell 3 cars this week, and then I don't sell nothing for 2 months.
Right. With the business you're in, you know every month you can budget what you got to budget to make your world happen.
Yeah, I know exactly what's coming in. I know where it's going.
What do you do for recreation? Because you're always fucking working between the leasing and between the car.
Man,
What do you do just on a regular day? Like, okay, today you went to the gym. Do you go every day? Is it consistent? What do you do?
no, it's not consistent. But I went. I did the peptides.
Tell
And
me about that. I'm interested in it. I really want to know about that.
so I did the peptides, and it worked. I responded really well to it.
Okay.
I lost like 75 pounds. I was 308, Mike.
Wow.
So that worked for me. And my friend Paul, who owns the gym, Hard Knocks Boxing Gym, hey, come and work out. And I was going consistent for a while. And then with scheduling, it's like, what the hell? I got no time for nothing. You know what I mean? So then today I was like, I have nothing to do until 4 o'clock. I'm going to go to the gym.
Nice.
So I went to the gym. I hit the bag. I did the bike. I didn't lift any weights.
Do you ever have like a day where you just do nothing at all? You're like, today I'm not going to do anything.
Some days I do have days where I do nothing at all. But my brain's always, you got to go get the car, the oil change. Then you got to get this. You got to do that. You got to stop here. You got to pick up your suit. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm always on the go.
It takes you around. I mean, but like when you want to just go out and do your thing, do you go out with friends? Do you do like what's your recreation?
So here's what me personally, instead of like doing weekly dinners or weekly nights out, I'd rather do something once a month that's a comedy show.
Right.
Or, we go see a movie or, something where it's like, I'm anticipating. I can't wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, again, I can go out to eat whenever I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can go eat wherever I want. And, like I said, I can't always see Joey Diaz. I can't always see Dice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what I wait for,
And where do you go to the shows mostly? You stay in Staten Island? You go to Jersey?
I just saw Joey Diaz at St. George Theater in Staten Island.
Nice.
I seen Dice a handful and a half of times in Count Basie. It depends. Uncle Vinny's, which is more of a club than
it's a small place, Uncle Vinny.
Theater.
Very small place.
I like, a friend, the guy Joe who got me into the meat business is in a 70s, 80s rock band. He's always at the Stone Pony.
So that's cool. Stone Pony is
so
good.
That's a cool night out. You know what I mean?
So good. So you got a lot going on there.
Yeah. So I'm a pretty busy guy. Well, whatever. I go see concerts.
And if you don't want to be busy, you have the luxury of not having to if you don't want to for the fucking day.
Just staying in my apartment and watching Netflix or something for the day. You know what I mean? Or
I enjoyed our interview today. I had a good time.
Man, this was cool, man.
One of our better ones, I think, because you've done a few of my podcasts.
Yeah, I think I've done almost every one.
I think you did. I think you did all of them. Let me ask the crowd, how did everybody like Butch Tartamella today? Good. Yeah, no, I knew that. That I knew. Excellent. I know you didn't hear them out there, but they watch, and I'm like, I wanted to make sure that they actually.
No,
so you really enjoyed them.
I enjoyed.
All right. So very good.
I actually can hear that.
Did you actually hear that?
Yeah, I hear.
I'm having a lot of fun with this this podcast because all my other podcasts that you were on were always audio.
Yeah.
And I would do it the old school way. I started doing shows a long time ago, and I still got my old stuff. But I got into this whole new this new world of podcasting, and now everybody's using the Riverside is the big thing. And
I think it was Simplecast before that.
It was Simplecast before that. I used to use another one, Libsyn, but Simplecast was the main one that me and Charlie would do. Don't Eat All the Meatballs was Simplecast. And a few other shows I had. But this one is the Riverside, and it's the video. What do you think about this compared to because now podcasts are going this way. This is the way they're doing it. The audio's...
So I do like this. I do like this. I think it's easier seeing you to have a conversation than just talking on the phone.
Yeah. Now the YouTube, of course, is going to have the live version. We actually have a few people in the room right now, actually. I didn't even look at that until now, and I'm like, oh, we do have people there. And because YouTube is going to be, of course, it's live. It's also live on Facebook. And then what happens is the video of the podcast will get edited through the Riverside app, and AI will edit it. So your video looks good now, but wait till it's done. When it airs, like the actual podcast will air, the rebroadcast, it looks crystal clear. And then, of course, on Spotify and Amazon and all that is strictly audio. But it's this, it's this here. You're still hearing us, which is great.
Right.
And it's crystal clear, like studio quality on the audio, and the video looks great too. And it's just the way everybody's doing it now. I'm glad you were on the show because we got to talk about a lot of things. Brucese's is going on.
Brucese's.
Limitless Leasing. Brucese's is hot. Hey, if they ever want to become a sponsor of the show, I'm opening the door to a bunch of sponsors. Very creative deals.
I saw that. I might even reposted it.
Yeah, and if they're into something like that, and how we do it, we mention their name and get them on every episode. Every episode gets a commercial. And what's great about the podcast, this episode does not go away; it stays there. So people go back and listen. So I do have a sponsor now. I do have one, and we're gonna get more.
Yeah, of course you can. This is great.
Yeah, the sponsor I got now is White Olive CPA. They're based out of Nashville, Franklin. They're a CPA firm catering to businesses in Nashville area. WhiteOliveCPA.com, and they're right now they're killing it in the numbers, and they're loving it. So anybody who wants to get involved in that, and then I always talk about on my show my book How Not to Bomb. This is the complete guide to stand-up comedy. So if you know anybody that wants to be a stand-up comedy, they can go on to Amazon and get the book in paperback or Kindle. And then, of course, my coffee. I don't have any here, but my coffee company at Parisi's is back in action. So that's what I'm doing. What about you, Butch? Where can people find you? What's going on?
You can find me.
Anything you want them to know about Butch before we leave?
You can find Instagram, Facebook, Butch Anthony Tartamella. I'd like your listeners to be on the lookout for The Big Bite with Chet.
The Big Bite.
That's me and my friend. Yeah.
What is that?
We're putting together a podcast, The Big Bite.
Cool. Tell me about it.
So I'll tell you about it because I feel like these influencers are getting $5,000 to walk into a shitty pizzeria and say it's the best ever. Guess what? We're going to tell you the truth.
Good. It's not always the best ever.
No, it's not.
And so when is this going to be launching?
So we're going to film our first episode this week.
Good.
Probably Wednesday, Thursday. So we're probably going to release it sometimes next week.
The Big Bite, people.
The Big Bite.
Where are they going to be able to find the show? Is it going to be on Instagram and all that?
All streaming all streaming platforms.
Excellent. And give me the process. What's going to happen? You're going to walk into the restaurant. How's it going to go down?
No. We're just going to have the food. We're going to film the podcast in my store.
Okay.
But we're going to bring the food in and we're going to eat it.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to tell you what we think.
Excellent.
And he's food business background. Obviously, I'm food business background. And we're going to tell you what's what.
Will you have a problem saying this is complete garbage?
No.
You'll have no problem with it?
No. And if they want to shit on us, they can shit on us.
Okay. And then you'll also have no problem. So question, let's say, for instance, another deli, another place like Beret, let's say, your competition. Would you have a problem saying this guy was great?
If it was good, then no.
Okay.
So I was at a family party over the weekend, Saturday, and they had food from somebody that's not far from us. And I'm going to tell you, Mike, and not because I'm prejudiced or anything, the food was not good.
Okay.
And excuse me, and if you do something good, you tell 10 people.
Okay.
If something terrible happens, you tell 100.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Very few people will write a good review, but as soon as something's bad, they're on fucking board.
Oh, forget it. That Yelp was the worst thing I ever seen in my life.
Are you guys going to go after these influencers that are bullshit, making everybody look good?
So here's the thing. What really turned me was I can't you can't force what you're not. You know what I mean? If you're a real butcher or you're a real wise guy or whatever the case is, you cannot force that.
Right.
It either comes or you have it or you don't.
Right.
So I see, there's a pork store that's maybe out in Queens or somewhere, and he says Mickey Mouse Shop. That's his big thing. And the first thing he does is put garlic powder on a braciole.
God.
What's more Mickey Mouse? That belongs on pizza.
That's garbage. He just fucking ruined it.
If I tell you, I take my braciole, I take breadcrumbs, I put white wine, olive oil, fresh parsley, fresh
The real
garlic,
deal.
and I lay it in there. You start sprinkling garlic powder and this and that. What are you showing me?
Yeah.
What are you showing me?
Yeah. I hate when people try to change, they try to reinvent the wheel and do something
And they're
stupid.
like, oh, the Mickey Mouse Butcher Shop. Okay, Mickey Mouse Butcher Shop. You just made the biggest Mickey Mouse move I ever seen.
And you saw it, you witnessed it.
You're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes.
No.
In this,
No way.
you know what I mean?
You know what you're
So it's
tasting, you know what you're looking for.
exactly.
So you would
So it's
call
like
them out
once I seen that, I would call them out.
on the show by name. I mean, when you do have
And
the
I'll
show.
tell you what, my cheese and parsley sausage, I'll put against any of the big guys.
Okay.
I'll take the Pepsi challenge.
Good.
Faicos, Lundy's. I'll go against anybody. I'm better.
All right, and I like to hear that because I'm the same
I'm
way.
better.
That's where the confidence comes in. See that you got. I
Yes.
like that you got that.
I know mine's better
Good.
because I've had yours. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
And not because it's mine, but because it is better.
Right.
You know.
And you just
I'm
know it
using
is.
I'm using a different cheese. I'm using 2 different cheeses. Chopped fresh parsley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything's weighed.
Right.
I don't just sprinkle.
So the ratio is right there. You know the ratio. It's important
there.
to know the ratio. People just say, "Oh, I don't measure." Hey, you know what? You have to measure with certain things. There's a lot of ratio because if you put too much fucking parsley in there, not enough cheese, I'm going to say, you know what? You better start fucking measuring. You know.
We mix by hand. It's not done by machine. You know what I mean? We toss it on a table. You know what I mean?
Very cool.
Those little steps that makes the difference on the other side.
It does make a
You
difference. Customer service is very important, Butch.
Customer service is very important.
And that's one thing that AI is not going to replace. You agree?
I agree.
It can't.
I mean, I see these videos of these AI machines breaking down cattle and stuff. But how is the machine going to say, you know, yes, Mrs. Computer, what do you like? You know what I mean?
Right. Now, I do agree with AI in certain aspects. I do embrace AI in my consulting
Yeah, of
firm,
course.
the Parisi Group. I use a lot of AI. I
Yeah,
embrace
why shouldn't
AI
you?
with the podcast. This is going to be an AI started, you know, when it's going to be edited through AI. I embrace it. It makes things better, certain things. But one thing I don't embrace with AI is customer service and having a trade. It's not going to
Right.
replace electricians and plumbers, and it's not going to replace butchers. You have to have that
Right.
trade. And that's where AI will never replace. See, so it goes to show
Nope.
you, going to a trade school for someone is not a bad thing. People always go, oh, no, they got to go to
Not a
college.
bit.
Trade school's great. You know?
You know, labor unions are great.
Yeah, they are.
You cannot replace that.
It can't replace that. So that's where AI
Nope.
will not replace. So I embrace AI. And,
Yeah, I agree with you.
and it's great. It's great. I mean, come on. You look at the artwork we're able to make with AI. You see, what do you think I got over there? I'm saving so much money on not having to hire a designer. I'm saving money on not having to do this production. I mean, I'm paying for this, but
Right.
I paid for it for the year, so you know it's great, and it just makes things better, and you know, but it's not going to replace certain things. So I'm glad that you're doing the show. What's the name of the show again? One Big Bite.
No, The Big Bite.
The Big Bite, everybody. So make sure you check out The Big Bite with Anthony Butch Tartamella.
Chet.
And who else is on the show?
My friend Adam, his nickname's Chet.
Chet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chet. Chet.
Chet,
So
okay.
we're putting all the pieces together. We're going to do one this week.
And
And,
you already, I want to know about it. Make sure you get it out there. I'll promote it. I'll share it. I'll let people
100%.
know.
I want to have you on.
Yeah, I'd love to be on the show, you know?
You know, because you have a great background in the food business, from catering, cannoli kings, all of that, coffee.
It's my whole, I don't stop. It's my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
This right here is my podcast world. Is just me being creative, because I don't want to go to the comedy clubs anymore at night and perform and that's why a lot of comedians that in my genre, like the Rogans and all that, we started podcasts because instead of having to go to the comedy clubs at night and hanging out there all night bullshit, at least we have our creative outlet, you know, and this is what it is for us, you know. So that's why I do it. And whatever happens, happens. But, you know, and this show is actually gaining steam. We got about 45,000 downloads already, which is a lot. And
fantastic.
Yeah, and I think this is episode 16 or 17. I'm not sure. But, you know, this was a great one. I got more people in the room now than I had before. It's amazing. I'm looking at the number. Are you able to see the number?
No.
That's crazy.
No, I just see you and your background.
Yeah, right now we got 18 people watching us live. I mean, that's a lot of people, 18 people.
Yeah, it says on the air.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
And I got my little on-air light over here in my studio. So these are so that right there is the don't eat all the meatballs.
Yes.
This one next to it is
Rolling with Dice and Wheels.
Rolling with Dice and Wheels.
You were outside in a car one time,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
In the desert?
Yeah, we were.
I remember. I listened to
it. And it's great. So on the next episode of the show, How Not to Bomb, Everybody's Got a Story, Jerry Papandrea is going to be on the show.
Man, good guy. Man.
Good guy. He loves you too, by the way. He's so excited. I'm sure he's listening to the show. He loves you. And he was an old school Rolling with Dice and Wheels fan, so he has every episode. So I'm going to try and see if I can get some.
Does he?
Yeah, every episode. He has more than I do. So
no, I like his platform too. He does a good job.
He does a great job on YouTube, and so Jerry Papandrea, Derry X on YouTube. You'll be able to see him on the next episode. So
great guy.
He's a big supporter of you. So I'm sure he'll support your show as well. The Big Bite.
Appreciate it.
I love the name of the show. Everybody, don't forget to tune in. Where else can they find you? Anywhere you want to send them to your leasing company?
You can find me at Limitless Leasing on Instagram. You can find me at 130 South Main Street at Brucese's Italian Gourmet.
And then Marlboro, as in Marlboro.
In Marlboro, New Jersey. I don't want to give my house address, but anybody wants to stop by. I give anybody a drink if they want to stop by the house.
And where are they going to be able to find you on the Big Bite? Where's that? Is it going to have its own channel?
All the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
But are they going to be able to see it on Instagram too? The reels? And
I'm going to post it on Instagram.
And are you going to have it? Is it going to have its own channel, or just going to be on yours for now until you grow it?
No, it'll be on mine for now, and then we'll make our own.
All right, everybody. Anthony Butch, I had a great time with you tonight, Butch. It was a great show. We did an hour and 30 minutes, almost an hour and 31 minutes. It goes by quick.
I tell you what, Mike, if I was there, it would probably be 3 hours.
It probably was, because we'd be eating something. We'd be
eating bullshit, and
Well, thanks for doing the show. All right, everybody. How
Mike,
Not to
Bomb.
Bomb.
Pleasure, anytime.
And I appreciate you coming on the show, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, brother. I'll see you soon.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, too kind. Oh, thank you so much. They love you. They love you, Butch. Thank you, guys. And that was wonderful.
Take care, Mike. Thank you.
All right, I'll see you guys later. All right, thank you, everybody out there. Yes, I know. He was great. I know he was. He'll be back. You watch. All right. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. All right, we got to get out of here now.